Hello.
Hi, Floor. How are you doing?
I just got off work, so I'm changing really quick, but
Perfect. No rush. You're
I
fine.
got like a minute ago, so it was perfect timing.
Yeah, how's the new job been going?
How's the what? I'm sorry.
The new job.
It has been what they call a monster, and my husband's like, I thought you joined this job to reduce stress, not get more stress. And I said, well, they fired the last person, and I could see why now, and they kind of left a mess. But
Mhm.
I'm taking it day by day, and I'm
Yeah.
learning a lot. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's only for a couple of more weeks, and I'll be off for the summer.
Oh, good. That's nice that you have some time off. That's really nice. How long is your break?
We should start up back in August,
Okay.
uh,
Yeah.
because it's a school district, so they
Hmm.
back in August. But even if I don't go back there, if the contract is not renewed, I still have another job opportunity.
Perfect.
With actually my friend that also worked with you all.
Oh, okay.
She also does virtual now. So she said, "Hey, if you don't get a contract renewal over there with the school district, she also works for another school district." So I have options, but my husband is like, just, try to keep it as less stressful as possible.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. Oh, well, good. Hi, Jen. I don't know if you can hear us or not. But well, for both of you, this is your first community call that you've been on, so I'm very excited. But just to let you know, um, I don't really have any planned topics or anything to talk about. If you have any questions, you can feel free to ask them. You can converse with each other. That's really what it is, like community call. So community, just having that support and, sharing what you feel comfortable sharing, where you're at in your journey as well too. So yeah, just good community. Oh, are you still there, Floor?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Maybe she hopped off. That's okay.
No, no.
Or had trouble connecting or something going on. But yeah, well, that'll be, hi. That'll be very nice to have a summer break. What do you typically like to do during your break?
I've never had a break.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
I've
this,
never had I've never had a break. I've always worked. So my husband, I might be leaving with him because he works away. So I'm planning to, spend more time with him and see if, especially when I'm ovulating, that's the
Mhm.
plan that we're not so stressed out about. We have to book a flight to see each other around my ovulation days because that's stressful, and
Mhm.
asking for days off and doing all of that. So, of course, he's more than willing to, right? But I'm like, it gets expensive, and so I'm gonna be doing just seeing some patients in the summer, but
Mhm.
maybe like three, so it's
Mhm.
not a big deal. Hmm.
Yep, that'll be nice. Just
Yeah,
one less stress to like think about during that time too.
yeah, yes.
So that's perfect. Jen, can you hear us okay?
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
Okay, perfect. Were you able to catch what I was saying about like what the community call is entails?
Sorry, I think my phone kicked me off and then it was
That's
on
okay.
mute, so I don't know if I heard your whole
Okay, not a problem at all. I feel like there's always something with like Zoom and connecting. Yeah.
Yeah.
So not a problem. Sometimes whenever I go to like just turn on Zoom on my computer, it's like, well, let me update. And I'm like, oh, I have a call in like 10 minutes, so let's see.
Yeah.
So yeah, never a problem. Um, just want to let you know, community call. So this is also Flora's first community call she's been on too. So I'm very excited that you're both here. I don't have any like planned topic to discuss or anything. So it's more for like, you guys to ask questions, converse with each other, have that support and community too, and feel comfortable. You can share what you feel comfortable with too, just where you're at in your journey as well. So
Okay.
But yeah. Do either one of you have any questions, updates, concerns, like right off the bat?
Well, I think for me, it's just been hard to incorporate like veggies and fruits in my diet,
Mhm.
and it's harder than I thought. And I realized I don't like that many vegetables. So my husband started counting, and he's like, "Flor, you only like three or four. What are you gonna do?" I said, "I don't know," because we are very here in this area. We're a very big snack area.
Mhm.
We're right across the border from Mexico, so everything is candies and sweet bread, and just
Mhm.
it's a lot of flour and gluten, like just a lot of um, snack, chile and sugary stuff.
Mhm.
So all that has been hard. And then I've just been trying to find ways to incorporate veggies, but I
Mhm.
have found that it's hard. Like I have to make salsas because that's what we're used to as
Mhm.
Mexicans.
Mhm.
Like,
Yep.
okay, put this and you make it into a salsa. And you did this how you put your veggies in. So I've been trying to get creative with it,
Mhm.
but it's been harder than I thought.
That's okay.
Yeah.
What vegetables do you like to eat that you found?
Well, I like potatoes and carrots, um, but I like spinach a lot. But anything like in Mexico, everything is you have to have tomate, cebolla, y chile, like onion,
Mhm.
tomato, and chile, and cilantro.
Yep.
Cilantro. So those are like the main ones that I include in my foods, and I just try to get creative with it. But I haven't found. I'm more into. I could do fruits, but the vegetables has been harder. I haven't tried sweet potato, but I want to
Okay.
because I
Yeah.
heard it's good for you.
Mhm.
Um, and corn. I like corn also, but those are the main ones that they use down here a lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Nope. I completely understand. I lived in New Mexico for a while. I'm in Arizona right now, so I
Oh,
definitely like understand as well. Um, so we can always let like talk through it, just like different, tips and everything. And it's like a slow incorporation too. I don't want you to feel like rushed that you have to be eating all of the vegetables, doing all of the things too. So it's just like slowly building like those like little habits and everything too,
yeah.
and just exploring and figuring out what you like as
Yeah.
well. Um, Too could even be like if you do like a ground beef or something too, even putting some like onions and like zucchini in there, or even like mushrooms, that type of thing
Yeah.
as well. So,
But
um,
mhm.
to still get it in like that way also. But yeah. Hi, Amanda. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's nice to meet you. I was going to be sending you an email in a little bit too, so I'm glad that you joined.
Yeah, I joined. I wanted to meet you, or like put a face to the name.
Yes. Yep.
But I'm doing good, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, very glad that you're here. But yeah, do you have any questions or anything right now? I'm going to be looking through all of your things that have already been shared with you too.
I don't. I actually had a question about hydration, but Allison helped me yesterday.
Okay,
Um,
perfect.
yeah.
Perfect. Okay. All right. Yep. Because you've only had your initial consult. We're waiting on your labs to come in too. So I'm going to look through everything. And then if we even need to like chat like one-on-one, or if we need to add like a little bit extra time to like your lab reviews or something, like just to get to know each other more as well, we can do that too. So, but perfect. All right. Anything else you're thinking about, Floor?
No, I think it's just
Okay.
the veggies part. But yeah, I mean, it's at first I was very overwhelmed, and I was being hard on myself, and I was like, I need to go to Sprouts and I gotta buy all of this. And then slowly I started to like, okay, if I can't do this meal this week, then I'll
Mhm.
try next week. Like I just
Yep.
learned to, make different meals. Like, oh, I didn't get to do this. Okay, I'll try tomorrow.
Mhm.
So I just learned to take it day by day. And if I can't do everything, or like I forgot to take a vitamin, or I didn't do the castor oil today, like I'll just do it for the next day
Hmm.
and won't stress out about it so much like
Perfect.
the first weeks when I was barely doing the change.
Yep, that is perfect. Because I'm never gonna come in and be hard on you or judge you or anything like that too. It's just giving yourself like that time and that grace. Be like, okay, today was a bit busier day. I'm
Yeah.
gonna tomorrow's a new day. I'm gonna do what I can do tomorrow. That type of thing as well. And again, like it's, slowly incorporating those habits and everything too. But yeah, things. So as far as like that list of like those fertility promoting foods too. So for example, um, like with like the beef, like ground beef, and then you could again like add in some, yeah, just different vegetables like to kind of like mask that flavor as you start to like slowly incorporate with that, and then even putting like a nice slab of butter on those as well too, because that's going to be helpful as well.
Mhm.
That type of thing. And then, yeah, those sweet potatoes, those are good to like even like be roasted. And then you could even have like that like as the base and then put like the ground beef on top too. Um, that type of thing as well. So you
Okay.
can do that for different meals, even like breakfast also. I know breakfast we typically think of, like eggs and cereal or, bagels, that type of thing too. And so even thinking about, starting off the day with like more protein and like fat and things like that, just to keep your energy levels like at a good place and so your blood sugar isn't like fluctuating all day.
Mhm.
Um, and then you could even do, like dinner, like leftover from dinner for breakfast, like that
Yeah.
type of thing too, as well, which I know it's like very different to like think about as far as breakfast foods, but you can just kind of play around with it. And as you incorporate like different foods too, just like take notice of how you feel. All
Mhm.
right, do you feel like you have more energy that day? Do you feel like even like emotional health too? Do you feel like, oh, I don't have as many like anxious thoughts today, that type of thing? Because it can definitely play in to
Yeah.
that
I
too.
feel better when I just don't have coffee, because I used to just have coffee for breakfast and then go. And
Mm-hmm.
now I actually sit down and have breakfast, which is weird for me. But now, like, now I'm actually more hungry, but I'll have like protein and all that in the morning, and it just lasts me. And I don't feel the urge to be snacking on stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
Oh,
hungry for like an actual meal. So whenever lunchtime comes around, I'm ready, or dinner comes around, then I'm like ready to go.
perfect. Oh, that's great. I know we chatted about like going like outside and like having breakfast too. Have you been able to like get a little bit more sunshine?
Yes,
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
been cloudy.
Okay,
Um,
yeah.
and it's been raining, and actually Amanda and I know each other because we live very close by to each other, like
Oh,
area.
okay.
So yeah, like it's been gloomy recently, but whenever there is sun, like I open up my window, or like I'll go outside in between meetings. So yeah, it feels different,
Mhm.
not like an office all day.
Yep, perfect. Oh, that's great that you guys know each other. I didn't know that there was the connection, so
Yeah, we have a mutual friend.
okay,
Yes.
gotcha.
So we've chatted before, yes.
Well, this is great. That makes me so happy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, perfect. Oh, good. Yeah, it's been on the side of the country too. Yeah, just being in Arizona, it's been like rainy and gloomy too, so definitely understand that.
Yeah.
You guys are probably getting like some of our weather and stuff too.
Yes, my husband's working up there, so he's like, it's gonna be raining for 2 days and three
Yeah.
days. Yeah.
Which we like the rain, right? Like we need it too, but then also we also want the sunshine. So
Yeah. Yes.
oh, oh, perfect. Mm. Amanda, is there anything I'm gonna pull up like your notes and stuff too. But is there anything that you had any other questions on? I know you talked about like the hydration too, but let me go see what actually Allison put together for you.
I think for me, what's been hardest about the diet is like high protein snacks that aren't like a protein bar or a protein powder. Like I
Okay.
really want to eat whole foods that isn't eggs.
Yep.
Because that's usually what I do in the morning because it's portable and it's easy and I can, take it on the go or whatever.
Yep.
But during the day, typically, because my lunch to by the time I get home, that's like the biggest gap. And what will end up happening if I'm not prepared well is I'll like do like an afternoon run to like fast food or like
Mhm.
on the way home and things like that. And um, yeah, it's just been having to do a lot of research trying to find something that's worth the protein.
Mhm.
Because there was a lot of things that I thought I knew, like I assumed that they were higher protein. And then the
Mhm.
more research I did, it was like, oh no, try something else or things that are just more portable
Mhm.
and also have cleaner ingredients.
Yep. Absolutely. Let's see. Okay. Do you like tuna or salmon? Like those
Yeah,
tuna salmon packets? Okay.
yeah,
Um, those are something that you could always incorporate too. Sometimes it
yeah,
can be you can like prep ahead of time too, like if you're able to take like a little cooler or something with you.
yeah.
Um, but doing that, even mixing it with like some like mayonnaise and then doing some like pepper.
I usually
Also,
have that for lunch. Like
oh,
there's
perfect.
like chicken ones,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll mix with like avocado and have like veggies on the side. Lunch is fairly easy for me.
Okay.
Um, and I also like don't mind eating things that don't have the best flavor. Like I'll just chuck it down, especially if I'm at work because I'm just like, we don't need anything fancy. We just need to enjoy our lunch break.
Just yep.
And so, yeah. Um,
Okay, perfect. So there are like those beef sticks too for like that
yeah, I
protein.
found those.
Okay, perfect.
I found Chomps at
Yep.
Target.
Yep.
Um, and I've been pairing that with I found um I think it was Chobani, either Chobani or Oikos, but they're
Mm-hmm.
like not like a yogurt cup. They're these like kind of like smoothie type things,
Oh,
and they're
okay.
lower calorie, but they have more protein. So I've
Yep.
been pairing those together, and that's been good.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but just like being on top of like, oh, we need to restock those because it's the work week will go by so fast, and
Yeah.
then Monday rolls around again, and I'm like, oops, I didn't
Yep.
prepare ahead. So
Yep. Absolutely. So those are good because I was gonna say, yeah, like Greek yogurt too.
yeah.
Higher protein, and then also have that, like the probiotics in it as well
Yeah.
too.
I also
Okay.
found maybe
Mhm.
Flood will like these because I know. Oh, where did I put my bag? I don't know where I left it. But they're these edamame beans.
Okay.
I
Yep.
think they're called like O bean or something like that.
Okay.
And those are high protein,
Yep.
low calorie, pretty clean ingredients.
Um,
Um,
do you like do you like hummus?
mhm,
Yep, hummus with some like veggies too. That
yeah.
can also be something to grab. Even do even making like chia pudding too with adding like
Yeah.
protein powder into it. So I know
Okay.
you, yeah, just trying to think of something other than like a protein like shake, you can
Yeah.
add just different options for you with that too.
Are
So,
there any powders that you recommend?
I like the Equip brand.
Okay.
I know there's another one like Just Ingredients as well. Mount Capra too. Um, that is the Mount Capra is going to be goat milk, like goat based. goat milk based. The Quip is it's like a beef isolate, and you but it tastes really good. So that's another one, and that has like does not have a lot of ingredients either, too.
Okay.
So, um, that one's really good. I haven't tried the just ingredients one, but I know that a lot of people like that one too, and there's
Yeah.
different flavors as well.
Okay.
Um, but like the Equip is really good because you can obviously like add it to many different things too. But even doing like I like the chocolate or vanilla. Can you do
Mhm.
like half and half and like make a little drink and have some like milk as the base too? And then so you get a lot of protein with that because then you also have the milk and you can add some salt to it as well. So that is something
Yeah.
that can also be, if it's like, if you like hot chocolate, it can be like a comforting little
Yeah.
drink, but know that you're getting a lot of benefit out of it too. So
Yeah. Yeah. I
it's
also
super.
really like bone broth.
Yes.
Um, it's it's hot right now, so it's kind of like
Yeah.
I just um I would drink it a lot over the winter, and then I recently went to a farmer's market and I bought some. Um, and so just having that in the morning,
Mhm.
because I'm pretty tolerant of like the same thing all of the time, but it's just like after a while you're kind of just wanting to interrupt that for a little bit, and so that's been nice. And um, thankfully we have a fridge here at work, so it's easy to just keep things here.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, but it's just dinners right now because I know previously, like at Allison, we were just trying to do breakfast because I was doing pretty good with lunch.
Mhm.
That's always been really easy for me to prepare for.
Mhm.
And then I wouldn't eat breakfast at all. I was like similar to Flo, like I would drink coffee for breakfast.
Mhm.
Um, and so that I've gotten the hang of that. So now it's just like, okay, now dinner being really intentional, which is really hard for me because I'm so tired after work.
Mhm.
But my husband and I are trying to like plan ahead rather than just doing the what are we gonna do for dinner game.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Yeah. That's good with like planning ahead too. You can even like, like meal prep, like batch make meals and everything too. So you have a good amount to get you, even halfway through the week, that type of thing. So just
Hmm.
getting, even if it's kind of like the same thing, or you can like mix it up with like lunch and dinner with what like protein you take, what veggie you take, that type of thing as well.
Yeah.
So, um, let me see. I'm just looking to see what. Okay. She gave you a lot of like recipe recommendations and everything
Hmm.
too. Like the sheet pan steak and veggies.
Hmm.
Those can be like really simple and easy. And like quick and everything. And it could even
Hmm.
be where if you have everything just kind of like prepped it in containers in the fridge, you can throw it on the sheet pan and like stick it in the oven
Yeah.
whenever you get home, that type of thing too.
Yeah.
If there's, if Wednesday hits, with work that midweek also, just thinking ahead if like you're more tired on that
Hmm.
day, that's sometimes when it can kind of hit. And then, by the end of the week, like Friday, there might be a little bit more fatigue. So just thinking on what makes sense for you on those days that you're busy or you're not as motivated to make dinner and just already having something like prepped easy. Even like freezer meals too.
Hmm.
Just having something you could throw in the oven already with that as well.
Yeah.
Um, but let me see. Okay, yeah, sheet pan dinners, chicken salad. So that's great here. Okay. Let me see what else. Okay. Adrenal cocktail. Okay. I'm just looking through everything that she sent
Hmm.
you. But yeah. Okay. All right. And then like the whole food meal plan one day. Okay. Is there anything you don't like to eat?
Something she recommended that I have yet to dabble in is goat milk based products because I
Mm,
do have when dairy is the primary, like if I'm eating pizza, for example,
mm,
or if it's, I don't know what else, just if it's like really heavy on the dairy,
mhm.
I'll get severely bloated. And so
Okay.
she did recommend that. And um, I've never been a fan of it, but it's been a very long time since I've tried it again. And so, that would probably be the only thing. I don't, again, the same thing with salmon. The one time I've tried it, which was probably like 10 years ago, I didn't like it. But it's just like taking the plunge and just buying some and trying it, and I wouldn't be surprised if I ended up liking it.
Mhm.
But for the most part, no, there's not anything. My husband, on the other hand, he's pickier, but if
Yeah.
I cook it, he'll eat it, so that's good.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, that's really nice too. So you're not having to make like two different
Yeah.
things. So, okay, perfect. I'll keep that in mind with salmon. And then with dairy with the bloating too, that's something as I look through everything too, your symptoms. And then also when test results come in too, we can kind of see like, okay, what could be contributing to that bloating with dairy also. Um, so just looking at overall like digestive function as well.
Mhm.
So how that dairy is being like broken down and absorbed, utilized in the body as well too, digested. And then also like if any like pathogens or things are coming up too. Sometimes with certain things like parasites, there can be like a dairy intolerance as well. I've had a lot of people, whenever they address any like parasitic overgrowth, then they can like tolerate dairy again too, and not have those GI discomforts with it as well too.
Mhm.
So, things like goat milk can actually be like digested easier than dairy milk, or cow milk as well too.
Mhm.
So, yeah, we'll just keep an eye on that too. And we'll make connections more so as well, like during like your lab reviews with that.
Mhm. Okay.
So, but yeah, but I'm really glad that like you're open to a lot of foods and everything too. So that's good. And even if you weren't too, sometimes it's just you get like those like slow habits of incorporating different foods and kind of just yeah, just like approaching new foods, seeing what you like. Never gonna like force you to like eat something, right, that you don't enjoy. So, and that goes for everybody
Mhm.
with that. So, if I ever give a recommendation and you try it and you're like, nah, not for me, that's okay. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, so I'll be looking through everything again with that. Any looking at that foundational protocol recommendations that she gave you, any other questions that were coming up with that?
Mm-mm.
Okay, okay, perfect. Alright. Okay, let's go there. Jen, are you thinking of anything? And it's okay, you don't have to talk if you don't want to.
I don't, yeah, it's helpful to listen to other people's info about what they're trying for their diets and stuff. So,
Yeah.
no, I think that all that's good. Like because our testing's not back either, as more
Mhm.
of that comes back, do you like give like more specific diet recommendations, or is it mostly just, trying to follow those general ones that we initially got?
Yep. The general ones, that'll be a good like foundation for like creating like those balanced meals and everything too. And as we have test results come in, then we can incorporate more like liver supporting foods or foods that to support the thyroid. Foods that can be supportive of helping to like remove heavy metals in the body, pathogens, things like that as well too. So it will be like more specific for foods. And then we'll just talk through like how to incorporate that as well. And then what that can look like if it's, again, slowly incorporating the foods, not feeling like you have to go out and buy everything on the list that I share too, but really just like paring it down and just doing what makes sense for you as well with that. But yes, it will become more specific whenever we do have like those test results in.
Okay. Okay, yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. I love this. All great questions too. So Oh, and then Jen, we should have your final blood results and hopefully this week, if not by like early next week. So as soon as I have those, this goes for everybody too. But when I have final results, I'll just send you an invite to book that lab review session. And then this week I will be out of the office like Wednesday through Friday. So if you send me any messages or anything, like I'll respond on Monday with that. Anything like urgent, like you can reach out to Deidre if you have questions. If you want to meet it, let you guys know that too. So
Okay. And then is it the toxin testing that takes a little bit longer to come back usually?
yeah, typically for the blood panel, we have final results like week and a half. And then for the total tox, it can be up to like 2 to 3 weeks. It really just depends on the lab and how quickly like they're able to like process everything at that time. So it can kind of fluctuate, but usually say like 2 to 3 weeks with that. But I like to do the blood panel review first anyways, because that is looking at so many different things too that can open up drainage pathways and just kind of seeing what your body needs like specifically to prepare your body for drainage and then like detoxification of what comes up on total tox testing as well. So
Okay.
I did have a question now that I think
yeah,
about it.
yeah, go ahead.
So there's a link to a menstrual cycle tracker, like where it's downloadable.
Mhm.
And I've tried several times and I can never get it sent direct to my email. Um, I've been using like an app that I've just always used for that, and just being more specific about the symptoms and then just doing it every day. Um, but I don't know if you have access to that. I would like a copy of it. If not, I mean, the app is works just as great.
Is it under like the cycle tracking info?
Yeah.
Okay, which is it like the temp drop one or
I don't remember the name. It like prompted me to a website.
okay, let me see
Let's
here.
see.
Mhm. Okay, so it'd either be oh, look here. Mhm. Okay, because the links under there, I have the cervical mucus gallery, the temp drop that is the tracking arm band with like the app that goes along with it too. Basal
It
body
was the
food.
Dr. Aviva ROM
Oh,
cycle, that
okay,
one.
okay. Mm, let's see. Is it download the menstrual cycle chart when you
Mm-hmm.
go to the website? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if it'll. Was it just not going to your email?
Yeah, and I've checked spam, all the
Okay.
usual places.
Let me just put mine in and like see if it'll go to it. Mhm. Not coming through yet on mine. I'll give it another minute. Um, if not, that's probably just like a glitch on that website then. But I'll find a different one for you
Okay.
and update that. So thank you for letting me know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not coming through in my email either. So I'm gonna make a note of that too. But if you have an app that you're already using, okay, then that should be good too, because it's gonna have that chart. Which app is it that you're using?
It's called the Period Tracker. It's like a generic
Okay.
free.
Okay, for that one. 4. So, okay. Um, Thanks for letting me know about that. It's, yeah, it's not gonna be good for me yet either. So. And I mean, you're all here, so I'm assuming yes, but does this time to join the community call work with everybody's schedules? Okay, perfect. Yep, and then if Amanda, I'll make sure that you have, I know you're added to the list now, obviously for community calls, but I will also make sure you have access to the fill out form. You may have had a link for that before for like Allison's, but I'll make sure that you have mine too. So if you're ever unable to join, but you still have questions, then you can submit the question and I'll like answer it anonymously on this call as well too. So that goes for everybody if you're unable to join. Or you know, you don't have to stay the full hour, you can hop in and out, you can join any time too as well. So just to let you know about that.
I am gonna hop off. I'm technically at work. It's 4 p.m. for me. It's usually not an issue, but today I'm covering for my coworker. It's a whole thing. But
Oh, you're
yeah,
good.
but I'm glad I got to meet you and I look
I
forward to working
know.
with you.
Me too. Like I said, I'll look through everything and then let you know if I have any like clarifying questions. But we could probably just have like a few more minutes during your lab reviews and you should be good too, unless. So yeah, we'll do
All
that.
right. Great. Thank
All
you.
right. Nice to meet you, Amanda.
Bye.
Bye. I love that you two know each other.
Yes, we our friend that actually that I told you that she also worked with you all, she's
Mhm.
a mutual friend.
Okay.
So
Yep.
I'm like, what are the odds, right? That is so
Yep.
strange.
Such a small world.
But I haven't seen her friend's baby shower actually.
Oh, okay.
So
That's
when
all.
we're like, oh my goodness, like how cool is that?
Mhm.
Um, but it's funny because we'll post on each other, like we won't post on each other's stories, but like we'll like I see her stories and I see her eating like all this healthy stuff now. And then like me too, and it's like all these fancy
Mhm.
things. But I'm not a fan of seafood either, but my husband is
Okay. Yep.
big time. And he's like, it's good protein. I'm like, I just don't.
Something like the taste. Yeah.
Maybe I haven't found something that I like.
Hmm.
I would try tasted like seawater, like salt.
Mm. Hmm.
And I feel like I'm in the ocean and I'm just swallowing. No, he's like, where do you get that from? I'm like, how do you not
I do
smell it?
not.
Like, how do you smell it? But I did have another question.
Mhm.
Do you all offer or do you suggest anything as far as like counseling?
For like one-on-one like talk therapy.
Well, I wouldn't mind even if it was in a group or anything. It's
Uh,
just like I used to have a therapist a while back and we had touched on the topic of infertility.
mhm,
And then it kind of came out again after I had a failed IUI.
mhm.
And then I feel like I've just been bottling in everything.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, like I'll just have like bursts of like crying.
Mhm,
And I don't like to share it with my friends because either my friends are pregnant
mhm.
or they just had a baby.
Yep.
and I feel bad, sharing this with them and making them feel guilty. So obviously my husband is there, right? But
Mhm.
I feel like I bottle it in. I mean, I always say like I'm fine and it doesn't bother me, but it
Mhm.
stays in the back of my head. And then like months go by and then, like that will happen. But I'm like, I don't know if I should talk to somebody that knows how to deal with infertility, talk about
Mhm.
infertility versus talking with somebody just, in general, like anybody. And then I don't know, they might say something that triggers
Mhm.
because they're not familiar with it. So
Mhm.
I don't know what you all like recommend or suggest when it comes to something like that.
Mhm. Yep. Um, for like talk therapy too, whether group or like one-on-one, like yes, they can be very beneficial in seasons too. We also like to recommend different like emotional like trauma release as well too. Each organ is going to be associated with different emotions. And so whether it's an emotion or like a, like traumatic event type thing that either we've experienced or emotions that we've like taken on from like others as well too, our body can store those. And so we really like to encourage like that emotional release too. It can be extremely beneficial during fertility journey also just to have the release of those things too. So healing things like mother wound as well, and just kind of like tapping into that release, and then also like more of like feminine energy as well too, and just kind of embracing like even that um like your inner like your mother energy essentially too. And so just because we can throw all of the food at you, all of the supplements at you, all of, the lifestyle, like biohacks, things like that too. But if your body, those organs are still holding on to those emotions too, that can be almost like the missing, like a stuck, like a sticking factor as well for some people too. So I will send you some different like resources for that as well too. Um, but we really like one, it's called Mind Body Spirit Release with Sarah. Um, and essentially it's over Zoom, and she uses like a type of like muscle testing to go in and like test like different emotions, things like that are coming up too. And it could be whether like it's passed down like generational. So if it's not something that you're like, oh, that doesn't really make sense with me, but maybe like this family member or something like that too. Then she'll go over and do like a release with that too. So that can be something that you could potentially look into, but I'll give you some more information on that as well too. Just like with links, and there's several different things. So you can just kind of read through it and see what resonates with you too.
Yeah, but I mean, and I never cry about it. And I mean, I'll get sad when there's a negative pregnancy test, but I have, I used to cry a lot before, and then I stopped, and then I started to take pregnancy tests like right before an important meeting, or like, so
Mm,
I didn't have to cry.
mm,
But, like, and I would tell myself, like, it's okay, next month will be another month. And I tell myself like all these affirmations now,
mhm.
and then I won't cry for like almost a year, and then all of a sudden it just like recently
Mm,
been.
mhm,
But I think it's also very much, I've been invited to a lot of baby showers,
mm,
which I loved going to baby showers. I would plan my friends' baby showers.
mhm,
So I don't know why now something is like triggering me, or people will say things to me, and then like I'll stay quiet and I'll go home, or my friends are pregnant, or it's just like once you're focused on it, and babies just appear on your algorithm on Instagram
mhm,
since you're talking about it. And my husband's like, stop, don't be on the phone,
mhm,
especially around Mother's Day. Like this
mhm,
week, it was never an issue, but up until our IUI failed, after that, I just try not to go on social media
mhm,
like around Mother's Day, because I'll get triggered. I'll celebrate my mom, of course, but as far as other stuff, like I'll just stay away from social media because it triggers me without, even though I'm thinking, it's not gonna trigger me. It actually, once I go to bed at night,
Mhm.
yeah, it
Yeah.
it does. But I don't know if it's just come for so long that I was just like stuffing it down,
Mhm.
and now it pops up sometimes, and things will bother me that never used to bother me, or people will say things like, "Oh, we didn't even try to get pregnant," and like he looks at me and I get pregnant. It's like, oh, I didn't even want to be with him. Like I just turned around and acted like I was asleep because I didn't want to have, like, I know, no more kids. I'm like, oh my goodness. So like little things like that will trigger me sometimes. So I'll just stay quiet, or the whole just relax and it'll happen. That's
Yeah.
another, like, I'm trying so hard. I changed my job. I'm doing all these things, but
Mhm.
I'm like, the right time will come. I feel like a lot of things have to align, but the just relax comment sometimes will pop up. But I know they mean well. So
Mhm.
I don't, say anything.
Mhm.
I don't mean it from a bad place. I know they're just like, giving advice. So
Mhm.
when stuff like I just stay quiet, and yeah.
Mhm. Yep, absolutely. And that was something I was gonna say too, with like Mother's Day coming up as well, like taking that social media break too, just so social media can be helpful in so many ways, right? But
Yeah.
it's also all of the news, all of the things, it's all in your face, and right, like
Mhm.
it can get to you after a while as well. We're not meant to know all of the news happening all around the world and having all of that in our face like all the time too. So definitely encourages social media fast during this time. And as
Yeah.
those emotions do come up, if you go home and you're feeling them too, like let them come out, write it down. If you need to cry, like have that release too. That in itself is an emotional release as well, to let those tears come. Um, but those emotions that come up, write it down on a piece of paper. Two, throw it away, tear it up, burn it. Also,
Yeah.
just
I
to
put I bought the fertility affirmations that you all
Mhm,
suggested,
mhm.
but I'm like, I'm so busy with work that I don't get to read them. So I wrote my favorite ones down on sticky notes and I put them on my fridge.
Oh, I love that.
Before my husband gets home, he's gonna be like, "What?" But because he works out of town,
Mhm,
and they're in English anyway. But I chose my favorite ones, and then I stuck them on my fridge. That way, they're like in my face, and I remember. Because if not, like I'll start reminiscing like on all these things that I'll hear on social media, like, oh, like motherhood is like the best feeling that you would ever experience, and this is when your life starts. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So those things I try to shut off, because then it makes me feel lonely and different and like not worthy and stuff like that. So all those, I just switched them around, and I'm like, I am worthy, and
mhm,
my body is ready every day. My body is, more ready than yesterday. Like, and I wrote them down on pink sticky notes. That's why I have them like all here. So
mhm.
one, like I'll just put it on my fridge, and it's been helping. But I've never gotten counseling for that before. But um, yeah, I would like to do something with it.
Yep, yep, absolutely. I'll send you those recommendations too. So that would be something you could look into and see like what you're interested in also. Um, and then what was I going to say? Oh, I don't know if you received, I believe you both should have received the email from Deidre too. Was it today actually that it came out? Let me see. Um, Oh, yes, it is so she has a podcast. Yeah, so you all should have received that email too about her podcast episode with Emily Green. So she has the links to that. But that could also be
Yeah,
something
I
that,
started to watch it today, but I didn't get to finish it because it was like an hour long and I was on my lunch.
Yeah.
But I do want to finish about the spirit babies, right? I
Yes.
haven't heard of that before, but it sounds interesting. And what I tell my husband, I'm like, I feel like a lot of things need to align,
and if it hasn't happened, it's for a reason. We don't know why. We shouldn't question why, because we're big on our faith. So, but I mean, she did mention the whole, like, it's going to come at the right time. And she talked about that lady that was going to have triplets, and then she didn't have a girl, and then she had a girl like way later, and she had her twin boys. And that's crazy because one of my friends, she had done 3 IVFs, because IVF is actually their only option, because he can't and she can't. She did 3 IVFs, and then they didn't work. She rested for 2 years, and they tried it again with another doctor that we had initially gone to, and now she's pregnant with twins.
Oh, that's so
And it makes sense.
exciting.
When she had first done her IVF, she went with a very good friend of hers. For her, it didn't work, and her friend got pregnant with twins. So I'm like, why would you go with your friend? Like, it broke my heart for her to see her friend, it worked for her. And then 2 years later, now she's pregnant with twins. But they did do IVF. It was very expensive, but I think that was their only option. They did do like a whole egg retrieval, and I think she's so brave for doing that. And I think they also took a break because it was expensive too. But something about like his sperm and her eggs, like, I believe after so much studying, they just told him, like, you all are gonna have to do IVF. Or it's something like that. But I'm very happy that, she's pregnant with twins. But yeah, when I heard the podcast today, I'm like, look at that. That is what a coincidence.
Yeah, I was listening to it today too, and I got goosebumps hearing that part. So,
Yeah, like, oh.
Yep, exactly. Like the journey can be very hard and uncomfortable, and all of, fill in the blank with everything too. And just like with a lot of life, like you look back and like, why was that happening now?
Yeah.
Or then, and like, oh, this is why it happened too. Like, this is what has come from it too. And so I really like the phrase, like, why is this happening for me? Why,
Yeah.
in place of, why is this happening to me?
To me, yeah.
So,
And I don't think you see it when you're in the situation and you're in the moment until after it happens. And I think, I mean, I don't know, like, after I had that tumor removed, I'm like, why didn't it happen when we first did the IUI? Like, it should have worked. And then that popped up. I'm like, you see, that had to be removed first, because the doctors were like, that stuff is not good. Like, if you're not healthy, you can have a miscarriage. So I'm glad that they caught the tumor. It could have been cancer. I could have injected more hormones, and it could have just grown. And they said, no, like, we can't inject you anymore, like, pop you up with hormones, because it's like artificial hormones, like, just all that stuff, and it could make the tumor grow. So I'm happy that, in that sense, like, I saw, like, oh, okay, that had to happen in order for me to, have a healthy uterus first. And then, so I told my husband, like, I'm more healthy today than I was yesterday. So that's how I'm taking it day by day. Because I'm like, look at it as the overall picture. Because if I just focus on one thing, then.
Yeah, absolutely. Day by day. I like what you said though. I'm healthier today than I was yesterday too. So
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. And thinking about, as women too, like health as well, like you're just, again, like preparing your body to bring your baby into the world, and then also to have, healthy, like, as you learn more too, like being able to have, healthy, like, generations to come. So it's not just like you, it's, babies, grandbabies, all of that too. So it's really, when you take a step back and look into other ways as well, and like advocate for yourself and your body and your family and everything too, like you're impacting generations as well. So it's not it's not light work. You know, it yeah,
No.
you can be in the thick of it and things are going on too
Yeah.
and uncomfortable, but you know, and it might, you know, at the end of the day or even, you know, a couple years from now, you can look back and see like
Yeah.
this is why this was happening at that time and what I needed to
Mhm.
tackle. And when you're in the thick of it, just day by day too.
Yeah.
So,
My friend that worked with you all says that she wouldn't have had it any other way.
mhm.
And she says,
Oh,
you don't understand how much more grateful. She's like, it's not that I appreciate my baby more, but she said, I value him so much more than if I would have had him like 5 years ago.
mhm,
She's like, it's just different because he was a baby that was so, wished for and prayed for
mhm,
that I feel like she's joy. Like when I see her, joy just, radiates from her.
mhm,
And she always tells me like, don't give up. But she said, I wouldn't have had it any other way. And I wouldn't have wanna had it like a day before or a day, later. It just came at the perfect time.
mhm.
And yeah, she's like, I just appreciate him so much more because he came when he was supposed to.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's like, if I wouldn't have, she said, if me and my husband wouldn't have gone through all of that to prepare, I wouldn't value, his life that much. And she says, I know like we all love our children, but she said, it just feels like I'm so grateful
mhm,
for how it's grown me as a person.
mhm.
Like, oh, yeah, it's true. Hmm.
Well, I'm really glad that you have her
I know.
as it sounds like a very
Yeah,
loving and encouraging,
yeah,
supportive friend too. So
yeah.
I'm very glad.
She's our friend that Amanda and I know.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Oh, I love that for you. So
Hmm.
thank you so much for sharing everything too. So
Hmm.
um, just being like open and you know vulnerable with that as well too. So before we end the call, anything else you're thinking about? Okay. Um, I will, yeah, either if you're not on next week too, then I'll still be reaching out whenever we have all your test results in too.
Okay.
But it was really, really great seeing you today. I'm so glad that you were able to join.
I know. I finally got to join one. I'm waiting for the box again to
Oh,
get
okay.
that extra blood work.
Hmm.
But whenever it comes, I'm going to try to do it as fast as possible and detox because I'm so eager to know. I'm like, I wonder what is going to come out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've been seeing like all these posts about mold and stuff. Like it's just coming out on my Instagram. I'm
Yeah.
like, did
It
they
was,
know?
it was listening the
Yeah, I
the
think it
algorithms,
does. My
algorithm.
husband's like, it listens to your algorithm. So the more that you talk about it, it pops up.
Hmm.
So yeah, definitely this week I'm gonna stay off social media. And I have a stepson, and my husband always celebrates me as a stepmom,
Oh.
which is nice.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'm like, it's still even like I stay off of social. I think I just started doing that last year.
Hmm.
I would never, it would never bother me, but now as time has gone by, I'm like, yeah. But yes, hopefully I'll watch out for the email to join next. Is it one time a week, the community call?
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, awesome. I'll watch out for it for next week.
Okay, sounds good. Well, I hope you have a nice rest of your week and I'll talk to
Thank
you
you.
soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Welcome. Bye, Flor.